Just put it on 0-0 wings and fucking wipe every fucker out.
I was going to say, you wouldn't even make it round turn 1, mate, with 0-0 wings round here.
Yeah, I'll just won't qualify and then just set off. What points were you and Probelli on? Is it
11, I
only you two
think.
who can win it?
Technically, Keith still can. It depends how good or bad he Probelli does.
He's fucking consistent, isn't he, that prick, mate, when it comes to race? Oh, yeah, because thingy has not been updated, have they? Classified standings. Not for Division 3, I've just been on it. Not got Vegas on it.
That's for me, isn't it? Was it? I checked a minute ago and it was. You might need to update your
Oh,
Discord,
there,
mate.
yeah, he's done it now.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. I mean, yeah. It is what it is, mate. I want to fucking cry about it. But I'm not gonna. Right, let's go set a banker lap. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go!
August, my setup is from. So that's not great, is it? I don't know. Don't know. 46.35.
Yeah, that's about right, mate. I'm a bit higher on the front, but...
Oh, fucking just leave it, man. I mean, I'm not arsed anyway, to be honest, so... Softs, you reckon you can get away with doing some soft laps around here? Oh, sorry, I'm in someone's way, I think. That's only for Bella. How long is Soft's gonna last around here? Whoa, damn it, wall. Yeah.
Right, their best lap, 1 minute 09.9.
Why is Martin out on medium?
Understood, stopping this lap.
Yeah, I've chose the softer setup, so I've got 4 tyres in quality use. Just means if what happens early on in the race, I've got to use fucking hards. I always like to have 2 sets of mediums to use. I know. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Nice from Stanek, bloody hell.
Just got the knife, I'm all over it, fucking shit.
Not bad, mate. I made a couple of mistakes though. I've got probably another 2 temps in me on that.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Oh dear, now. I went 4 times quicker and didn't move. Three temps off, even moving up. Yeah.
What's your diff on?
65.
Yeah, go much higher than that, mate. Go at least 80. You'll be losing traction out the corners, like you won't be getting as much launch. I'm not too fussed about quali, mate, to be honest with you. Because he's fucking turned medium TC back on.
He says he goes into it, doesn't he, on his stream to prove it. No one fucking watches your stream, you dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he just randomly improved by about fucking 10 seconds halfway through the season.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it don't take a genius to work out, does it? Should be alright as long as I nail it.
I need to find another 6 seconds.
A bunch of people just gone quicker. We've dropped out of 6th. I fucked it in middle sector. Yeah, no. I might go through this first section in medium just to harvest a little bit. Yeah. I fueled specifically for it.
Oh shit, I didn't put no fuel in. I'm not going to be able to do another lap. Nah, oh well.
Going behind you, Wiggs. Fucking hell, mine.
That were all the last time. Oh, Perel's down in ninth.
Ah, I think it was you glass that got in my way.
Yeah, it was.
Like I say, I'm not too fussed about qualifying around here. Martin 1093, you know.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Yeah, issue you've got as well, Dan, is like, there's 2 races left, Keith's not going to go, I need a miracle to fucking win this title. I'll help my teammate out. He's not going to do that.
Is it fuck no?
So, if I can get up there, Dan, I've got your back, but
Cheers, mate.
I'll at least try and get past Belly and fucking cause him some issues.
Be a thorn in his side.
Yeah. Yeah, but he won't even join the party.
Math and Deer's used all 4 sets of softs. That's weird. Yeah.
$16 laps on softs.
Yeah, me. 100%, mate.
To what? What are you going to do on mediums?
21. Yeah.
Yeah. Softs will do 15 round here.
No one's on hards at the minute. Martin Stanek, mediums. Jake Boy, Math and Deer, 3 and 4 in softs. Scanny and myself, mediums. Keith, softs. Then Halvor and
Are
Probelli,
you ready,
softs.
Dan? Are you all
I am.
ready?
Yeah.
Let's fucking go then.
You've got the higher risk of the softs overheating in the first few laps as well.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please.
Oh no, he's got the mediums. He changed it last minute.
Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
Yeah. Oh, went purple. That bullshit. Went ready for. Oh man, it's fucking sounds really bad. The belly looked up there. Fucking pedal started squeaking, that's annoying. That is just pulling away from them. How is it just pulling away from me like this?
Sky's lagging.
I'm trying, Dan, but I just can't get anywhere fucking near him. Through sector 2, he's just pulling away from me. I'm trying to do is holding him up off. Give me a bit. And it's going to be a jump.
What are you doing, you fucking idiot?
Who?
Stanek. He's all over the shop.
Keith, you can't just come across me. What the fuck are you doing? Clearly see my car there. I'll keep the belly behind me as long as I can, Dan.
No worries, mate.
Oh no, fucking hell, I've just gone off track. That didn't last long. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm miles down now. It's now there.
Oh, Stanek's gone.
frustrating.
What are you fucking doing, you dick? Jake boy's a fucking liability.
Safety car. Oh, Martin just got 10 seconds penalty. Oh, he's retired. Something must have happened because he just sped into pit and then retired. I'm sure he'll be in Discord in about 4 seconds, telling everyone why. Is what? Very early at the pit and it puts off on it. Is that Scania out in front by an absolute mile? By what? Fuck off.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
I think that's on 74.
Barely nearly lost it.
No way is he on fucking no TC how he comes out that corner. Bullshitting bastard.
Position you in, Dan?
Fourth.
Where's Fabella?
Right in front of me.
Oh, he's there.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
Whew, I am fucking sweating after that. Huh? Yeah, he does seem to have fast race setups. But I think if Jake Boy hadn't held me up for so long, I might have had a crack at him, because I was catching him. Wiggles, you didn't come last, mate?
Yeah, surprising.
Fuck, Jesus Christ, that was fucking hard work. Nice. Say again, mate. Yeah. You just text me now. Right, we're going to join these interviews. We're back in a sec.
Yeah.
Not really, mate. No, I mean, other than who was it in the with the 10-second penalty? I can't remember who it was now. Yeah, if I could have got past Jake Boy sooner, then maybe it could have been different. I think Pabelli, he did a really good race, especially coming from where he did on the grid. But yeah, in terms of anything more, just me and Pabelli could have fought it out maybe, but yeah, I just got stuck behind Jake Boy a little bit too long. I tried everything to get past him in them first 3 laps. He was just making his car a bloody bus. So yeah, he did really well on defence. So he must have been running a lot lower down wings, a lot lower down force, because even with DRS and overtake on, I just weren't catching as strong as I thought I would on the straights. So I had to basically use a lap to build and then just use everything and just basically try and get on the inside. But yeah, he did really well to defend. But other than that, yeah, I think that's probably the best I could have done, really. Unless me and Pabelli had a chance to fight it out after Jake Boy. But yeah, I just lost too much time behind Jake Boy. But yeah, well done, Pabelli, mate. Cracking race, pal. On Scanny.
Yeah, thanks, you too.
Say again, sorry mate. You broke up then. No, nah, he was fight. We were fighting for a bit, and you probably saw on stream at one point. I let him go through to have a crack at Probelli, and then later on he let me back through because he couldn't catch him. So up until this race, we've not really been talking, and we didn't talk before this race. It was just kind of racing instinct or racing IQ that brought it. That basically made us both do that. We were swapping DRS for a few laps just to try and catch up and defend from each other's rear gunners, like whoever was chasing us. I think a couple of the OWR boys were still there, and so yeah, I mean it just turned out that me and Keith just decided to work together without even speaking, so it was really good from Keith that. But yeah, he was pretty quick tonight, like. Yeah, all in all, mate, it was a really good race. It was hard. I was sweating buckets by the end of it. Such high concentration needed. You know, there's like that first sector as you come through turn 1, or out of turn 1, you've got that turn 2, 3 and 4. You just can't mess up there. Even Probelli had a bit of a moment coming out the bank corner. I think it was lap 19 or something. Oh no, after the softs, almost be like lap 24 or lap 25. He had a bit of a moment, and I saw. I think it might have been Scanny early on had a bit of a moment in sector 1 as well. So yeah, there's a big thing on this track, and it's setup. Setup really matters, and it depends on what you like. I mean, some people like 100% differential. I prefer 90 just to give that little bit of rotation. Some people like low wings, people high wings, and yeah, it can just snap on you any time, especially if when you're coming down the straight, if you have to go onto the marbles to overtake. You know, you got 3 or 4 seconds where your tyres aren't as grippy, and you know, when you're putting that power down in the low traction zones, it can really bite you. So that's why it's so hard work around here. You can't take your eye off the ball for like more than a second, because it'll just bite you in the ass, which I've had round here, especially coming out that bank corner. I mean, going out that bank corner, I was always in third, but like half throttle, and you know, until you get to 75% throttle in third, you can't really then plant it. But yeah, good race all in all. I enjoyed it. Yeah, what is he now? 15 points ahead. Yeah, I think Probelli'd have to have a fucking shocker to lose this championship now. But it's been a good fight all season. It won't be the first time I finish second in the championship in SFR, but it's been a cracking season. And to be honest with you, I've just been happy that there's been multiple race winners, multiple championship leaders. It's really nice to see. You know, Div3's been probably the not the marquee division, because obviously Div 1 is, but in terms of closeness between everyone, it's been absolutely monumental. It's a season for the ages, I think. You know, I think I counted this afternoon 7 different race winners this season, which is absolutely extraordinary for a division in league racing. So I can't fault that, and even if I don't win it, I'm not asked. I've had a great season. It's been really good, and Probelli's been consistent. He deserves it. So unless he has a shocker at Silverstone, it'll be a well-deserved championship, mate. No, that's basically what I've been saying. Yeah, it's been good. I just really hope, and I say this with gritted teeth, that no one takes me or Probelli out, because that will spoil the championship fight. You know, if either of us lose it because the other person did better, then you know I'm sure we both can accept that. But if someone does something stupid and takes someone out, then you know that's not easy to accept. You know, it's always a bit of a shitter, that. So I'm just hoping that everyone drives nicely and just, you know, firm but fair, let's say. But as long as I don't get anyone taking either me or even Keith's, you know, Keith's in that far behind. You know, He's probably 18 points behind him or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, let's just hope that everyone drives nicely and we have a good fight to finish and finish this season off and this stupid game off with a bang. Oh, cheers, buddy. Thank you. Cheers, pal.
I'm feeling very good. This one was a hard one. I couldn't get past the Mercedes before the pit stop, so when we pitted, I knew this was my chance. And it worked out, and I also used a couple of laps to get past Jake Boy, but when I got past him, I just pushed everything I had so I would get out of the DRS. But I think it took a couple of laps to lose the DRS to the guys behind, and after that it was it was, I wouldn't say easy, but the last laps wasn't so intense, let's say. Yeah. 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 I tried every lap to find a way, but when they started, switching with the DRS, I knew it was impossible for me. So I was just staying there and hoping that they would do something, get do something wrong, but they didn't, and so I thought that okay, it's the pit stops that counts. So and it felt like Energy Dan was driving a bit slow on the outlap to kind of wait for Keeves, so I pushed him all I had. I was up beside him a couple of times, and and it worked out for me. So yeah, that was a good one. I kind of felt like both the Mercedes were very fast on the straights. And I had quite a high downforce setup, so I knew that in sector two that was kind of my chance, sector 2 and sector 3 to start of sector 3 to get a gap. But when they got past, I think Energy Dan was around 1.6 seconds behind, so I just concentrated on not losing it. And when the tires started to go, I saw that I was a bit quicker. So I'm not sure. I think it was almost 3 seconds between us when we crossed the finish line. No. Well, I really like the track. I think it's a great track, and but as you know, I have a little bit of a trouble. I have a little bit problems with the quali. And when I practiced earlier today, I did a 198, but I just can't seem to get it to stick in when it counts. So, but I know I have good race pace, so I kind of count on that and do my best. And as I say, I really like Silverstone, so I hope I can do well. So yeah, and I agree with Dan. It's not good if someone kind of crashes us out. He's absolutely a worthy winner if he beats me on track.
Cheers, mate.
And same with
Appreciate that,
Keeves and Halvor. So and Scania also. They're all very fast. So yeah. It's been an awesome season, I think. So, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, the start was really entertaining. I really loved the battle with Martin and Jake. But after that, it was a bit boring, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, that was really lucky. It could have been a lot worse, yeah. Um, yeah. Don't really know what to say. I think it was lost in the races I've missed. I've missed 2 races, and I think Probelli and Dan did them all, if I'm not mistaken.
ID left Austria.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I've driven them all and finished them all.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the main thing, because I didn't have many crashes, I think. And like Vegas, I practiced Vegas a lot, and then at the end I couldn't race, so that was a bit unfortunate. I think I could have done well there. Um, but am I out of the championship fight now? I am, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame. It could have been a lot more fun if we entered like the last race with 3 or 4 people to win it. But yeah, it is what it is. Hmm. I'm not sure. 'Cause like this season, everyone lost the enthusiasm for this game, and I just started playing it, so I was all in for it, and I practice a lot, and I gain a lot of time. But I think for the next game, we're all on equal footing, so I think that might be it, yeah. Yeah, I think that might be it, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that was it, yeah. Yeah, spot on. Um, I think I could do well, because I did well in Japan and Qatar. I think they're quite similar. A lot of high-speed corners, so yeah, I think I have a shot at the win or at least a podium. Sorry, say that again. Ah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. No, you did it right, yeah. Yeah, and I'm really hungry and really thirsty, so
I'm really hot.
yeah. I lost focus for the last stint. I was so tired and I couldn't focus. I was so glad I had a gap because I don't think I could have made it otherwise if you were behind me.
No, I think I could have made it a bit harder for you if I wasn't so far behind. And same with Dan, I think he would. You were so fast on the straights, Dan. I was. Did you have a lowdown for a setup or?
My front end was quite high, but I think my rear was like 34 or 35.
Yeah, all right. I had a 50, 45.
Ah, okay.
Holy shit.
My
Yeah.
rear was quite
I
low.
was running 34, 30.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah. That's
The
low.
thing is, yeah.
Massive difference,
Thing is though, that does help in like the later part of Sector 1 and obviously all of Sector 3. So, but I think the problem with us, me and Probelli, was we got stuck in a fight right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like 5 of us all just like DRSing it, but it was good race, really good
Yeah,
race.
it was fun.
But,
It was hard but fun.
Right, I want to go to the shop and get a bottle of wine after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
Champagne. Get some champagne.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. All right, boys. Nice racing. Cheers, bud.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you.
No, you did well.
Yeah.
I